Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Astral Irma, and today I'm going to talk about connecting with your soul family or your soul tribe or your soul group or whatever you want to call it. These are people that you have had countless incarnations with and that you're very connected to. Um, and I'm going to first tell you how I do it. And this is just my point of view. This is not like, hey, this is how Jake does it, so this is what I'm going to do. No, no. This is about you, okay? This is about you and you connecting with your soul family the way that you want to, okay? The way that works for you. All right. Maybe it's sitting in nature, doing something, sitting under your favorite tree, or maybe it's, going down to the ocean and listening to the waves, or maybe it's listening to music, or maybe it's listening to this specific song or this thing or that thing. You know, this is about you connecting with your soul family the way that you decide, the way that you intuitively. I asked my higher self how to do it, basically, and my higher self told me this is the way. Okay, this is the way for me personally. So I'm going to share that with you, because that's what I do. I just share these things. I'm getting more and more personal as we go along, and that's really harder for me to open up and be more vulnerable with you guys. But you guys have been so gracious in the community and such strong support. I so appreciate that, because that just allows me to open up more and more and more. So this is how I connect with my soul family, and I try to do it as often as possible, at least a couple times a day specifically. Now, I was told by my higher self it's going to happen because it just kind of happens. It's not something that I force. It's something that I desire, yes, but it's just something I put out there with my intention. So I was told by my soul group that it's going to happen. It's going to start when I get in the shower. Okay? Something to do with the water makes the communication stronger. And then after a nice shower, I lay down in front of my fan and just relax. And that's what it's going to happen. So for me, it begins in the heart. I close my eyes and I put my attention on my heart. It happens pretty suddenly. Well, some things happen suddenly, and there are definitely, man, it's hard to explain. I'm gonna say that it happens in so hard to explain. Okay, I'm gonna say it like this. At first, there's just an awareness. Okay, I connect to my heart. I know that's where the soul connections are. I have my hands on my heart sometimes, and then sometimes I have my hands on my head, but I feel a warmth that starts to grow. And that warmth is like a living warmth. It's like the astral sunlight on my skin, except that it's coming from within me. Okay? As the warmth expands, I begin to see colors and lights while I have my eyes closed. Swirling, shimmering, shifting in intensity. With every breath, they grow brighter, richer, and more alive. When I see these orbs, I know that each one of those orbs is another soul in my soul group. Okay? And I can see the connections between the orbs. And the light orbs, they come and they disappear, and sometimes they come, sometimes 3, sometimes 4, sometimes 5, sometimes they're really, really bright, really, really big. So when the link grows stronger, my whole body starts to tingle, and a wave that starts in my chest and spreads outward, touching every cell of my being. Sometimes, or normally, it's so overwhelming. I'll literally tear up. I'll feel so grateful for everybody. And I forgot to mention that before I do this, and while I'm doing this beginning part, I'm connecting with people that I know are in my soul group. Okay, so there's like Rich West, and actually Gosha. Um, I don't want to just throw some like big names out there, people that are my soul group, my soul family. But I connect with a couple of people because they're very strongly connected with Sophia, and so am I, in Athena. And actually, I even saw Annika uh, in in my vision of connecting with my soul family. So I connect with Sophia and Rich West and Gosha because I know they're definitely part of my soul family. I've had the dreams, I've had the interactions with Rich. I mean, he's like my dad. So I connect with a few people on Earth that I know are in my soul family, and then I connect with other people that are in other densities that I may not even know who they are. So let me get into this even more. So it becomes very emotional, not from a sadness, but from the sheer beauty and power of the connection. Okay? Then the emotions are just this profound peace, this kind of peace that feels like finally setting down a heavy weight you didn't even realize you were carrying. And it's the feeling of home. And that's what these people feel like to me, is home. Okay? I know that you have people like this in your life, at least I hope you do. Because this is what makes this journey so enjoyable for me, is to seeing all of these different members of my soul group and my soul family grow. And I know I've interacted with probably hundreds of people in my soul group while here on Earth. And then after all of this happens, I can actually see their faces, and in the higher dimensions. Even the people on Earth, I can see their faces in the higher dimensions, or the higher densities. I can see the light coming out of their eyes sparkle. I can see their smile, and I can hear them talking telepathically. Sometimes just one will be talking in one ear, one will be talking in the other, or I'll hear the whole soul group communicating all at once. So it's just like if you were to walk in a room where a bunch of people were talking, it's just like that, except it's telepathic. Okay? So it's also verbal telepathic, where you'll hear specific words, but then you'll also be connected to the telepathy too. It's a multi-layered experience. So yeah, I could see them laughing, smiling. The sparkle in their eyes is unmistakable. Their presence is vivid. I hear the voices as if they were right in front of me. Some of them saying with joy, "Oh, he can see us now," or "Oh, he is finally here." Like they have been waiting patiently for me this whole time to be able to raise my frequency to get to this level of consciousness where I can perceive them who are perceiving me. Okay? So I know in that moment they've been waiting patiently, lovingly for me to tune in. So even outside of meditation, they reach out. So that's my direct experience with it, and it appears that this video is going to go for a good 20 minutes or so. So stay open to synchronicity. Even outside of meditation, they reach out through repeating numbers, through lyrics and songs, through a stranger who says exactly what you needed to hear. The trick is to stay awake to those signs and trust that they're real. Okay? Meeting in the dream time. This is what happens with Gosha a lot, with Rich, with Sophia and Yazi. I've even, had some dream time with Athena. So before sleeping, I just naturally set the intention to meet them. I'm always trying to connect with them. And I do this before bed also. Visualize it. You can visualize a shared space if you want, maybe a meadow, a temple, a warm campfire under the stars. Over time, the meetings become clearer and I remember more of what we share there. Okay? Follow the pull. Sometimes you feel drawn to a place, a group, or even an online post for no logical reason. Often that's your soul group or somebody in your soul group, or that magnetism pulls you closer. Follow that and see where that leads. All right? Here's a deep truth. Your soul family is not separate from you. Okay? On the highest level, they are you. Expressions of the same vast consciousness exploring universe in different forms. Connecting with them isn't about reaching outward. It's about expanding inward until you touch the places where you've never been alone. And they are looking for you too. Every step you take into your authentic self is like lighting a beacon. That light calls to them across distance in any realm. Okay? Now I'm going to get into what your soul group is, the what, where, why, and how of it all. Okay? So, here's the truth. You're not here alone. You never were. All right? Somewhere beyond the noise of daily life, your soul group, your soul family is there waiting, watching, and holding space for you. So what is your soul group or your soul family? Your soul group is made up of beings who are cut from the same energetic cloth as you. Imagine a great beam of light splitting into countless rays. Each ray travels in its own direction, having its own adventures, learning its own lessons. But every ray still belongs to the same light. These are the souls you've traveled with throughout lifetimes. Sometimes you've been family, sometimes friends, sometimes you've played challenging roles for each other, even the role of an enemy, because growth doesn't always come from comfort. When you meet somebody from your soul group, there's a recognition. It may be subtle, like an inexplicable ease in their presence, or it may hit you like a thunderclap, a deep knowing that says, I know you, I've always known you. So where do they exist? They are not just in one place. Some are here on earth, incarnated at the same time as you, living human lives with their own challenges and dreams. Others are in non-physical realms, astral planes, higher dimensions, parallel timelines. Some are both. Some are both because the soul is not limited to one body at one time. And some of you and me and others are taking up more than one body at one time. Okay? So I'm not just incarnated as Jake. I'm incarnated as somebody else somewhere else, and I don't even know, or maybe I do know that person. Okay? So you can meet them in dreams and meditation, astral travel, or randomly at the coffee shop on a Tuesday afternoon. You might feel them in moments of quiet, like a soft pressure on your heart or a sudden warmth that makes no sense until you remember, oh, they're here. Why does the connecting matter? In lifetimes like this one, challenging, dense, sometimes isolating, your soul group is your lifeline. They amplify your frequency when the world drags it down. They remind you of your mission when you forget why you came. The connection acts like a tuning fork. When you come into resonance with them, your energy sharpens, your clarity returns, and your strength multiplies. Sometimes a single encounter with a soul family member will reawaken dormant abilities, bring back memories of agreements you made before incarnating, or give you the one piece of encouragement that keeps you moving forward. Okay? So, And then that's how you connect, you know, enter the heart space, you know, go, you know, figure this out on your own. This is just my personal experience of how I do it. Okay? Take a shower, I lay down in front of a fan, I put my hands on my heart, I feel my heart space, I connect with 3 or 4 soul groups, soul family members that I know are on earth. Okay? And then it happens. All the rest of the stuff happens. It just happens effortlessly. So, thank you for watching. I appreciate all your support. I know some of you out there watching, maybe more than I even realize, are part of my soul family and my soul tribe. And so to you, we are connecting even right now through this video. So thank you for being in my soul family. Thank you for all the experiences that we've had over lifetimes and generations. It's truly been remarkable. All right. Have a great day, everybody.